for recording.
Oh, the piece of paper. Alicia, did you bring that piece of paper? Is this it? Oh, is this it? Oh, okay, wonderful.
Lisa is making some copies.
Okay. All right. And you want to start the house for us? Oh, okay, okay. It's already started? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, so this is the Library Board Personnel Committee, October 24th, 2023, at the Hendersonville Public Library in the Quiet Room. It is now 3:02 p.m. and we are going to start the meeting. So, first of all, we want to establish a quorum. We have 4 members here. We've established a quorum, so call to order. My name is Joanna Daniels, and I am the committee chairman. I just welcome everybody here. And right now, we have
Debbie Martin, Jackie Wilbur, Erica Grammer,
and Joanna Daniels. And then the public, we're going to recognize the public. We have 3 people here. If you guys want to say your name. Okay, wonderful. And would anybody like to make a public comment? No? Okay. All right, so I will entertain a motion to accept the agenda for today.
I'll make that motion.
Sorry, I forgot to record these. Okay, so Jackie made a motion, and I just need a second.
Second.
Okay, Debbie made a second. All right, and then I will entertain a motion to accept the minutes from the October 24th, 2023 meeting.
Motion to accept the minutes.
Okay.
I second that.
Debbie and
I second
Erica.
that.
Anybody, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anybody oppose? No? Okay, wonderful. All right, and so now we are going to move on to old business. And that is the discussion of the creation of the library director evaluation document. Per the conversation that we had last time, what I did is I married 3 different documents, Debbie's notes, the one that Jackie had presented from 2019, and one that I found online, and I emailed that document to you guys, and it's about 12 pages long. And you know, I took things from everything, and wanted to ask if you had any questions, any concerns, and want to open this up for discussion.
Does that include the staff survey as well?
No, that would be the next thing that we're going to talk about.
Okay, it's not on here.
Oh, yes, that does include, sorry, you're right, I apologize. It does.
Yes, I don't need those, sitting in one here, motion to discuss, second, and then talk about it.
I'm sorry, what?
Motion to discuss.
Motion.
second.
Motion,
To
okay, I'll
discuss.
entertain a motion to discuss it.
Motion to discuss
Sorry.
the evaluation.
A second.
Debbie and second by Jackie, okay? And that does include, I apologize, it does
Okay.
include the staff survey because we said that it was going to be part of
the
it.
evaluation.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So,
And did you say you included, I saw some of the things that I had put in there, and did you include, there was 3 or 4 that I had highlighted to include in?
yeah, under
this?
9.
Under 9, okay.
Uh-huh. Under,
Okay, yeah, I have it marked.
you have it,
Okay.
okay, okay,
I couldn't remember my brain.
yeah.
Yeah, got it marked.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I have one question on the evaluation staff survey.
Sure.
On 18, it says, get things done. Could we put that a little more professionally? Is there some way we could say that differently rather than get things done?
I thought it was kind of cool, but it was just how it actually came.
Yeah,
I was like, gets things done. So I was like, just gets
Yeah.
things done. Get her
And
done. Should we put get her done?
Maybe inspires new ideas positively, which is getting things done. You know, pushing people to do things. You know, they read that. Yeah, motivate.
Motivate.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's more like, because to me, those sound like two separate things, because one is more of an idea-driven thing, whereas one is more accomplishment.
Okay.
So maybe
Implement-
accomplishes tasks. you know,
Implements tasks
yeah, yes.
positively.
So,
So just, I mean,
It's the action.
implementing tasks is I think is fine.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So maybe gets, but what were you thinking?
well, just accomplishes tasks,
Efficiently?
or accomplishes goals, you know, whatever we're going after, because it's more of the action of it being completed.
Correct. That's what
That's
it is.
what that question is about, being completed.
So accomplishes tasks,
Or completes the task.
completes tasks. So completes tasks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So 18. So we'll. Okay. Completes tasks. So you move to amend.
Item number 18 on the Director of Value Staff Survey to read completes task rather than gets things done.
Okay.
I'll second that.
Okay. So Debbie seconds that. Okay.
Vote.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
I always forget that part.
I sit here
Anybody
nodding just in
opposed?
case.
No. Okay.
Okay, so
Okay.
are we back to the?
It's just both of these.
Just,
Just
okay, so
Yeah.
we're gonna go back and forth of talking about both of these.
Sure. So I think it's just if we have any questions or tasks, and I mean we can look at the library since she brought
Yeah,
up the
okay.
director evaluation staff survey. Is there anything on there? I implemented the 0 through 5 to
I like
be in congruency with the director evaluation.
That was the first thing I looked for.
Yeah.
Yes.
So would this be a good time to bring up who's going to receive the staff survey?
That would be under
Or the
the
one.
evaluation policy.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, this is just the survey itself.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And did we ever decide how we were going to weight the two?
That would be in the policy.
Okay.
This is literally just the
The document.
document itself.
Something that stood out to me was, I like it, but it made my brain have to think for a second. What should the director continue to do? That can stay as in that way, but a thought that had come with that was, you know, what is the director doing well, or something like that. It was just the wording that got my attention.
Okay.
What would you like to see the director start doing, and why? That one, you know, like that sounds really well. It just depends on how different people take that question.
Sure.
So what should the director continue to do? I would think more like, what is the director doing well? And let's see.
So what, the first one you're saying, what should the director continue to do? Could you list that as, what do you see as are the director's strengths?
Yes, I mean, like that. It's just more directive of the thought, because some people could get caught on that, is what my brain was like. Maybe that could get confusing for some.
Yeah.
So I like that wording. That would go along with that.
And you something even, just another thought is like whether the top 3 things that the director does well.
Yes, I think
That way
would-
it even like narrows it down, like people
It
go,
does.
oh, okay, you know, or Debbie's thinking, I can tell.
See it brewing. Yes. I just think that the wording of that question could be more helpful, more clear.
Okay. Well, what do we want the wording to be?
I liked what both of you said, actually. I like the 3, and I like how you worded it.
Okay.
So however we want to however that goes together.
List the 3 strengths of your director.
The
Of the
top
top 3
three.
strengths
Now-
of your director.
Now that strengths though and what they're doing could be
Okay.
two
Yeah.
totally different things.
I agree.
Well, true, because they could be accomplishing things, whether it's their strengths or not.
Mm-hmm.
That is true. Sorry, I'm not having words.
Well, I mean, what should they continue to do? And they're thinking, well, the easiest thing would say just what they're doing, and you're looking for
Yeah.
feedback, you're not looking for an
Yeah.
easy
Right.
out.
So,
Yeah.
so
Right,
top
easy
3
answer.
things.
Yes.
Easy answer.
List the top 3 things your director is doing well, or that or in.
I think I like the doing well.
Okay.
Would that be?
Is doing well is
Does that fit what we're, like? I just don't want it to be. If it's all on the same page, if people are saying very similar, like in the same, like they're on the same page, basically, that we're getting the same kind of answers in the same territory, so that it makes it's comparable, and it helps us, it just brings that in. What should the director continue to do is just more confusing in that. We could get a
Well,
call.
Yeah, I agree.
I hate those online surveys, and a lot of times they'll say, what would you do differently? And I just want nothing, because I just want to move on. I want to
Yeah.
skip that and move on
Yeah.
to whatever.
Yes,
And-
but when they make me have to
but
write 3
Three
sentences.
things, or 2, 3 things, but, or, you wouldn't have to list 3 if you, but,
What do you see as a strength that,
We're back to strengths, though.
Yeah.
She had just said
Yeah.
strengths.
whereas we want to see what it is that
The
because
action.
what someone sees in a strength in someone might not be a strength in someone
Yeah.
else. So we want to keep it to at least as much
and, and sometimes that's not a bad thing.
tangible.
Right.
To say that I see something as a strength, that
Correct.
someone else
So-
might see as a weakness, that's not a here or there, that's
not
just
wrong.
perception.
That's not a wrong answer.
Right, yeah,
Correct.
that's
So
perception.
I think we're looking
So-
for what this is going is more of a tangible
Right.
thing, and that they're trying to do, not a
You don't want to
person.
say program, you don't want to say.
No, because you don't want to say what kind of programs, it's
Because I
them.
think that's what they're going to target.
And
Well, I like doing this, or, no.
I like that.
What's cool is this actually, the very one you brought up, this is actually more detailed to what we just changed. What tasks they're completing,
Yeah.
what they're accomplishing, this is just more in detail, what they're
Yeah.
doing well.
Because when I think about, what are they doing right, sometimes I might say their approach to the public, the way they deal with the public, which is what they're doing. But then I might say leadership skills. Well, that's a little bit more,
Right.
Right. But it's still tangible enough, that I see, leadership there. So, it's not a characteristic, it's not an action. Sometimes you can't just define it that narrowly.
Yeah.
And
I mean, we could say, what are the top 3 things that you see? I forget what we said now.
Your director is doing well.
That your director is doing well.
can't get past that, whatever,
Yeah.
whatever.
Like, and I
I'm
mean,
open.
you
I
know,
just can't-
my English thing says things just
Do we
don't,
need
you
three?
know.
Do we need top three? Or do we just need one?
I mean, I,
Up to 3. You could say up to. What are,
Okay,
list
okay.
up to 3.
Okay.
That would be,
'Cause that
I'll go
way-
with that.
that
I'll
would
go
be
with
good.
that.
Okay.
Okay.
List
Yeah,
up
that
to
would be
3 and help me with the
and I
rest of
like,
it.
I like that because it gives good feedback
Yes,
and that,
yes.
and it gives good positive feedback too. That's multiple that could be given, not just a
List
thing, but
up to
multiple.
3.
I'm looking for that
Oh,
word.
yeah, what's
it's
the,
like
I can't think of the right
3,
word.
I don't want to say things.
No.
It's
No.
like,
You don't want to say tasks
No.
because you don't
No.
want to narrow it. You can't, we don't want to focus on strengths.
mm-hmm.
That's why things was being used.
Factors, 3 factors
I like
that
that.
stand out. Or-
What is a factor, though? I mean,
Well, I mean,
I
that could
understand
be-
what a factor
yeah,
is, but what is
yeah.
down? Like a factor.
Well,
I think about,
And that could be,
that
I
gets
think
closer.
about as a math
That's a good,
person,
good word.
you
See, I
can
do
list
too.
it.
yeah,
You can list 3 factors. They could be anything.
anything. That's
They
right.
could
Doesn't
be
necessarily-
the characteristic. They could be
Yeah.
the actual action.
You
They
think
might
that's
even
clear?
be something like, well,
Qualities?
I like the way she understands.
Right,
Me.
which is not necessarily a program. Or,
Right. Or I like the way that she's enthusiastic about the children's section, or, you know, the teen section, or what, you know. Sometimes they will be that specific. Sometimes it's not going to be that specific.
Right.
Well, because I think we may limit that too if we put, you know, qualities, accomplishment, tasks, those start limiting what they may, like what you might think works well with the public or something like that. That may not fit in the right category if we put a category, you know, like
List
that
up to 3 factors the director excels in.
See, I think that, I like that.
Factors.
I think
May
they
look
can
up
understand
synonym
that.
to-
Factors.
Yeah.
That.
I'm just gonna look at synonym to factors real quick.
Director, there you go. Director.
Do you want me to put that in the form of an emotion?
Excels, and I think she's trying to look up factor, synonym for factor.
Yeah, I started there.
So I'm just looking for a synonym and just seeing if I can find one that is.
This is exciting for you.
Woohoo! Yay!
A circumstance, fact, or influence that contributes to a result or outcome she worked out. I mean, I understand that, but maybe.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Factors or, I see factor and influence were in the same thing.
Yeah.
Factors or influences? But yeah, I understand factors.
See, I do too.
Factor, I guess, because that one.
It's not like a mess.
It's just, factors is just weird. It's up to 3.
Attributes.
But then that's
Yeah.
like that still is right there with that first word we said no to. What do we-
Strength.
Strengths, because I like the word, but it still leans towards strengths,
Yeah.
and we're trying to make it about activities as well, or actions
Or whatever, yeah, not.
3, I just had something in my head. 3, not roles, no, it literally was like there, not roles, but 3, okay, so, any ideas, Stephen?
Well, I think it's, you know, the more complicated you make this, you know, I think you're kind of overthinking this, to be honest. I think you need to pick something and, you know, move on to the next issue.
Yeah.
And factors is a little bit more of that neutral, middle of the road.
See, I see it as neutral.
Okay.
But it
Alright.
says what are 3 factors of strength. So see, you could go factors of, add something.
Let's just do it, and then if we go at the
I mean,
library,
it's not
we
the
don't
end.
like that.
Yeah,
we'll
it's not
say
the end of
that.
the world. It
Yeah,
can be,
Exactly, so,
it can
okay.
be changed.
Okay. You got
We're
the
a
motion?
library board, we overthink things.
Words
Okay.
are important.
Exactly.
How
Okay.
long can we
All right,
work
so do you
stuff?
wanna, I will entertain a motion to make this amendment to say, list up to 3 factors that the director excels in.
I'll make the motion if you need me to.
Okay, Jackie,
Okay.
and
I'll
who's
second
second?
that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposing? Hey, hey, hey.
I like it. I like it.
Okay. Okay, all right. Okay. So then the library director evaluation. Anything on here that stood out to you? Oh, did you have another question? Oh.
Yes, the what
Oh,
should the
sorry,
director
back to
stop
the-
doing is the same concept for me. It still hits that same.
Oh,
So I like this, the sentence, the question, what would you like to see the director start doing and why? But the what should the director stop doing and why, I think those, we still hit that same like it gets ambiguous in there and it gets a little,
okay.
so I'm sorry. But that, it's just the start and stop doing thing. I think that we actually,
I think it's, I get where you're coming from, but I think it's pretty simple and to the point. What would you like to see the director start doing, and what should the director stop doing? Is it just you don't like the stop
word.
doing thing? Is that what you're saying?
yes, it's the, what challenges do you see, or that getting to the weaknesses concept or something in that realm, I think is what that's talking about. But and I can be in agreement of it. It's just, to me, it just flags for me that it could cause confusion on a question.
No, I hear what you're saying. I think it also, though, what should the director stop doing? Is not emotional either. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
like there's no emotion in it. So like, what should they stop doing? But what are you thinking it should be?
The focus on what challenges do you see, or about weakness, about the weaknesses side of the conversation of, what weaknesses do you see? Or what are their weaknesses? What challenges do you see they have or something? But
We just have to be careful, though, in the weaknesses, because that could also be perception.
yeah, true. I would personally have a hard time where I'd be like, what do I want them to stop doing?
I would take the easy way out and say nothing.
I
You know?
would, that's where I would
You
go,
know.
because I would be confused, and so therefore I would
What do I
go
want
to.
them to stop
so
doing?
it's
Well,
fine.
Well, where
You
do
know.
you see the director having a challenge? Is that what you're kind of thinking of?
That direction of thought, yeah.
What are you thinking?
what recommendations could you make to the director to meet the needs of the staff? And that could include either stop or start.
What was it again? What are the recommendations?
What recommendations could you make to the director to be more effective in their job? Or to be more whatever, But if you're making a recommendation that could be a start or a stop.
Okay.
Or what would you like to see the director?
You might want to ask for input. I don't know. Maybe they have something to say too. I don't know if you want to do that or not.
Okay. Okay.
I'll make a motion to suspend the rules, and we can ask them what they want. I'll make a motion to suspend the rules,
Just a thought. That's all it is.
if you want to do that.
That's fine.
You need a second?
Do you need a second? I'll second it.
Yes.
Okay. Aye.
Did you have any recommendations?
With
On
regards
this-
to what should the director stop doing?
And what would you like to see the director
How
start
can we
doing?
word that?
I agree that it needs to be maybe just one, it's not like you said, not a start and a stop type thing or whatever. So, yeah, I mean, I kind of like the what recommendations would you like to see the manager or the director,
Implement.
implement or yeah.
So
Just leave it as to, you know,
address
basically, what are your
changes.
thoughts, what are your recommendations, you know, what would you suggest, yeah?
Well, we've got them, what they're doing, so
Yeah.
then now, is there something that they should suspend? Do?
And then
Not-
start
Or
doing
do
it.
differently.
So the
Right.
Excel.
Right.
Or
right,
do differently.
Right.
Okay. So.
What was your last word?
Um,
What recommendations would you make the director? And it was my word, it's just implement,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
So I've got it sort of written,
Okay,
so.
say it again.
What recommendations would you make to the director, or what recommendations would you have the director implement? So y'all can help me, help me with that, but I liked recommendations and implementation.
What recommendations would you have your director implement change in? It's about change
Yeah,
or
right,
something
right.
they're
Yeah.
we're
wanting
not
to
saying-
see.
yeah.
Okay. Well, so now we'll
I'm sorry.
bring back into the meeting now.
Okay.
So,
Implement change.
Okay,
Implement
so-
a change, right? Is that what you said?
To implement,
What
Yeah.
Recommendations?
recommended changes would you,
okay.
what recommended changes would you?
Like the director to implement.
Yes.
Like the.
but that's
director.
not changes because this is literally about them.
Yes.
Stopping and starting.
So that would be like a change to the library.
Right,
This is literally me saying, saying to them, what do you like, what would you like to see the director start doing? What would you like to see? This is literally them to start doing and stop doing.
Yeah.
So.
I say we leave it, because if we're gonna leave,
We can always reword
Yeah.
it later.
what would you
I
like to
think
see the
it's-
director start doing?
I think on
Then,
that.
yeah, I think. it's
I
just-
mean, I think that it's pretty, and if they.
And they can choose one or the other. They don't have to answer both.
And if we see
Was
that
that
they're
what
not
you had in
answering it,
mind?
then we can.
No, it's
implement.
it's two
Yeah.
totally different ones. There's
Yeah.
a Y after
So they'll
each.
have to answer.
Yeah.
But if I
Or
don't have
not.
a,
Yeah.
but if I don't have an opinion, I don't have to answer it.
Yeah.
You know, if I don't want them
If
to
there's
stop,
something that they're.
if I like what they're doing and I don't want
Yeah.
them to stop,
Yeah.
why would I say, I want you to stop doing something I
that
don't want
okay?
you to stop doing?
Yes, and that's answered
That's
to
fine.
with what they're doing well.
Right.
So
Yeah.
you would
I
actually
think we
have
should-
answers. So I think that's
I
fine.
think we leave
Okay.
it, and then if we need to
That's fine. And
revisit
if we
it,
ever need
yeah,
to revisit
revisit
Okay.
it, we can.
Okay. All right, and then back to the library director evaluation.
Okay, I'm exhausted again.
And I'm good with all the rest.
Okay.
Sassy girl. Okay.
Did you want to take a look at this?
I haven't seen it yet.
I do love that the comment sections are after each one. I think that's such a great thing because after each, so after each segment, there's a comment section, and I love that because it does allow.
This is the
No, here's the staff survey.
Was that for the staff?
Yeah, the staff is going to do a survey. And then this is the actual director evaluation
Okay, I thought we were
piece.
talking about their evaluation just now.
It's
No.
it's both.
It's both.
They
They're gonna
both.
combine.
When we do the director evaluation, it's that and this together. That will be their. This will be given to the staff, and that will be given to the director.
And actually, we're hoping the staff can do this online so that they don't have to reveal their handwriting or whatever. We had talked about that. That it would be presented to them
We
online.
could do like a PDF.
Right, or Survey Monkey or something, put it, or something like that, where they could do it online.
It definitely would be,
And-
that would be definitely a great
Because
idea.
that way, they could be totally anonymous, and you wouldn't have, and that way you could share this without revealing anyone's seniority, so.
And we
Fully
didn't
agree.
say that, so we're gonna have to,
That'll be in the policy.
yeah,
Okay.
Yes.
because we said Manila.
Okay, so then we have to take that
That's what
out.
I said,
So
yeah.
then,
Right.
please answer this question based on your own experience and perspective. You believe you do not have, sorry, wait, where is it? Provided, okay, so
Completed
completed
forms.
forms should be sealed in a manila envelope provided or via Survey Monkey. Is that, or via,
Whatever
Online survey.
online
Or-
survey is out there available
Yeah.
for.
or via online surveys. Okay. All right, I will entertain a motion to add that to the staff survey section of the directory evaluation.
Motion to add.
Okay. I'll second, Debbie. Have you got it written down?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Online survey.
Okay, all right. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Okay.
I do also really like the fact that there's a comment section after the entire thing that says, that's on page 12. I really like that it says, this section must include an explanation of any ratings of 1 or 2. So it allows, why is it so low in the requirement, and accountability to why that would be so low. I like it. From what I've seen, what I've read into it, I like it.
Where do these go? After we go?
That'll be in the policy. I guess we'll just, the board will keep them or we give them to,
Will the board keep them with the committee?
well, it has to go to the board. Because the board, we have to, as soon as it comes out of committee, then we present it to the board.
But
For them
But then
to.
who would keep it after that? Is that what you're asking?
No,
Yeah.
I'm asking about the actual evaluations that we do. We evaluate someone. versus,
Correct. Yeah.
We're done with that.
Yeah, so, I don't,
What's your
because this
suggestion?
is, what's your suggestion? Because we haven't done an evaluation before.
I don't know, I mean, that's sort of personnel file that we do, I don't know what you do with this. You have sort of,
Well, they had personnel files.
Well, yeah, they should
They
have
have
some.
personnel files.
At
mean, this
HP,
is-
at
It was,
Human
yeah,
Resources,
uh-huh.
HR.
They should.
So so it depends on wherever they are.
That's what.
They're still,
Yeah.
and you can't, I mean, they still have to be somewhere.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah, that's where it needs to go. Needs to be in
just
the
something for you guys to consider.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No. When we do the policy, that's, because I was like, this is our first time doing the evaluation.
Yeah, we shouldn't be
Uh,
keeping that, yeah, on the board.
Correct.
So,
So,
where are
oh,
those
darn it, I
files
totally
now?
forgot to bring that.
Are they with risk management?
Okay.
Or finance?
Actually, I'm not really sure.
Okay. But they're somewhere with somebody
It's
in the
not
department.
off the top of my head, I have to look.
Gotta be somewhere.
Okay.
And that was a second. Okay. Well, that'll be in the policy, so, okay, as far as the library director evaluation, the one that's given directly to the library, do we have any comments, changes, or questions? Okay. Well, then I'll entertain a motion to adopt the staff survey director part of the director evaluation as amended, and the director evaluation as the documents to move forward to a vote on November 8th for the library board. I'll entertain that motion.
Does that include the staff as well?
Yes.
Then
This is
everything.
this as amended,
Yeah,
and then
both of them as
that, so this is
Oh,
the
this one's
whole
amended.
evaluation, it's just the staff survey is included in the library director evaluation.
Motion to approve the library director evaluation and the director evaluation for the staff survey,
As amended.
as amended. for the
And
staff
to
survey.
move it along for voting to,
Forward.
okay, and I second that.
Okay.
Thank you for finishing it.
All right, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Okay. All right. The, now is the,
Did you hand that to?
I did.
Yeah.
Mhm. And now, discussion, the old business is discussion of a library director evaluation policy. So that is the old business because we were talking about it. I motion to open discussion on the library director evaluation policy. I entertain a motion to open up discussion on the library director evaluation
Motion
policy.
to open the library director evaluation policy discussion.
Debbie, and a second.
I'll second.
Jackie, and all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Okay. So I printed out, this is kind of a start. If you'd like to take a look at it, literally just a start. And then we can put all of the, we can put all of these under the criteria, instead of here are some, and put the criteria. And then put the 1 through 11, 12 things that we have, or 14, or 15.
Did I send you some of this, or was that on something else? Some of this wording? Seems like I was thinking about that. I may not have.
I thought I added whatever it is that you.
Did you? Okay, that's what I was just double
Because I
checking.
think it
because
was just the
wording sat-
preparing and
The wording
management,
sat,
but
okay.
maybe but I could be wrong, because I was mirroring a lot of,
Yeah, I know it, and my
let me see
brain.
here. No, I don't see anything
Okay.
about this.
Right, but this is what, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
So then we could put the 14 sections, obviously, that we actually put in the evaluation, under the criteria. Does that make sense? And then the library board, we could put part of the evaluation is also the review of the staff. Okay, so 1 through 14 points. And then also
1 through, there's 15
Oh,
here.
sorry, 15, sorry. 15 points, staff evaluation will be in the criteria. Okay. And then, it will take place the 30 days before or after.
Start date. Right, director start date. Hire date.
Well, we did
No,
say
it's start date.
director hire date.
Okay, yeah.
So-
But it's when they started as director.
Hire
Because some were
date.
hired
Yes,
prior and different.
hire date
Before or after.
as director.
as director.
Director, okay. That's what you wanted, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, and then, go ahead. Sound like you were about to say something.
I had something and it's gone.
Oh, okay.
We have discussed a percentage, if we were gonna do a
Oh, yeah, the
percentage.
weight,
Yeah.
that each
So the
document
weight.
will.
So here are some of my thoughts on that, but I'm open to thoughts. But
On the
my-
document?
My thoughts on the percentage or weight is this. I think that the evaluation itself is very thorough and it brings in a lot of stuff. So I think that our evaluation should be the high majority of it. I think that the staff and self, if we do self, and all of those things, those are great tools for us to know how to number those best. And it gives us kind of some touch points of communication when we're having chat, having that time with them as we're evaluating. It does give us different perspectives. It is helpful. But I think that the evaluation itself should carry the weight or the high majority of weight. That's my thoughts.
Okay.
My thoughts are that I believe the evaluation is good. I think it's worded well. The ratings are good. And I think 100% of the evaluation should be based on this evaluation. The staff is a communication tool. I think that is great for us to look at and respond to, but I think it needs to be 100% from us, the evaluation. Does that make sense?
Okay.
I don't think it should be weighted 90 or 10, because then you're having to do the percentage, and one could be more than another. And I think a body has one head, and I think we can address those things. I think we can look at the staff and see what they're saying and talk to people. I think it should be 100% weighted, personally.
Okay. All right.
I think the director evaluation piece is definitely the piece.
Yeah.
Okay.
And as Debbie said, the staff survey is a tool because it is so subjective.
Yeah.
I mean, especially if we protect them, which I think we should,
Right.
through the online survey. But it's also a gotcha if they wanted to, if they had an axe to grind, or if they just wanted to attack. That, and I think that if the director piece that is subjective is used as the piece, and the other is used as a tool, we can weed out those, you'll look at the majority, and you can weed out the axes to grind and that sort of thing. And it doesn't count against the director, but it opens their eyes into what they should do better.
Seeing from that different
Yeah.
perspective.
Yeah.
I agree.
Okay. So the director evaluation would be 100% as it is written,
Right.
and the staff evaluation would just be a communication tool.
Absolutely. I agree.
Correct.
Okay. So as far as weights, evaluation would be the sole document used for like evaluation would be the sole document used in determining
To determine the rating,
used to determine
because you are putting numbers to it.
the rating would be
The yearly, the annual rating?
yeah, the determine
Say it again.
okay, the director evaluation would be the sole document used to determine the
director's performance.
Rating.
performance.
Director
There you go.
performance
That's
rating,
Director-
because you're putting numbers
we're
to
not-
it.
But we're
No,
not doing
no.
a rating. We're
No,
doing a
but it's
rating
the
on
director's
here,
performance.
director's performance.
Yeah,
To
okay.
determine the
Yeah,
director's
That's
performance.
clear, yeah.
Yeah, you like that? The
okay?
director's.
I think there's one word that's missing in there, but I like director's performance, but I'm trying to, but it's fine.
What's
I'll keep
the
thinking on
word?
it. I know, I'm trying
It's
to,
not coming.
It-
Yeah.
the
director
evaluation would be.
evaluation document. Okay, the director evaluation document would be the sole document used to determine the director's performance.
Yeah. Yep.
Like it? Like it? Do you like it?
I'm cool if you're good with it.
Okay. I just want to make sure it's legally
We don't think
okay.
on these words all the time.
So,
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
so we're just making a list now. We don't have to
Okay.
vote on each individual thing, right? We're just making a list.
We're just
Right.
discussing.
Okay.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
just
just-
discussing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Discussion, yeah.
Of the things we want to make sure are covered.
And then you said, but then we said, tools, communication tools
Yeah.
to be
Communication.
used.
Yeah.
The staff
Staff
survey.
Staff. Are we going to implement that as a self-evaluation as well? We had talked about using the staff as a self
We
as
did.
well,
Communication tools
but that will be just for communication tools.
used.
Used as communication as well.
So staff
Okay, communication
slash self.
tools to be used for informational purposes only.
Yes, or communication tools, I
I
mean, like, or
just put
tools.
communication, yeah, communication.
Communication tools to be used for
Oh,
communication.
sorry,
sorry.
we said the other.
Okay.
No, the staff.
The staff.
I know, but we have to put
self-
what, we have to define what we're using. Communication, I understand that that's gonna be a
Yes,
communication.
I thought you were
tool.
ending with communication.
No.
tools.
Yeah, I did too.
was like,
So
Yeah.
we have to list what they are, but we have to put what it is. The following communication tools are to be used for informational purposes only?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. The following communication tools are to be used for informational or gathering information, used for informational purposes only.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. One, staff survey. And then two,
Self-survey.
self-survey. Okay. Is that all we got?
Any other communications from, well, no, that's fine.
Okay, staff survey and self-survey. Okay. All right. And anything else that we think needs to be in? Okay, and then the okay, so then
Another thing that, one question was where they will be put after that. That is a policy thing that we need to consider.
completed. Okay, the evaluations will be conducted by the personnel committee. The personnel committee,
Bye.
by the Personnel Committee, finished or completed evaluations will be presented by the personnel chair to the, yeah, okay, looked like he was about to say
I know.
library
I know.
board.
Library board.
Does it need to have full? It would be, because we would
To the
only
library
meet.
board. Okay, to the library board at the next regularly scheduled meeting. Okay. And then
Where would we
The-
keep them?
hold on a second. The
That's the question.
library board will vote to accept the completed evaluation. How's that all sounding? We all sounding good?
Sounding great.
Okay. Literally making this up as I go here.
Do we need a policy for, it left me. Do we need a policy for, if there's a discrepancy or a disagreement, to appeal do we need a policy to appeal the
The
evaluation? And if so, where does that go?
Well, I mean, it would be under this
Right,
director evaluation policy.
right.
Okay. Library board will vote. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
Well, I'm just reading what their signature means again.
And
It says they accept it, but they don't necessarily have to agree with
Yeah.
it. So there needs to be an appeal process.
Do we
or-
need to have an appeal process? Do we have to have an appeal process? I mean,
do we have to have an
I
appeals
don't-
process?
Have to have-
for
if
the
I'm
evaluation?
evaluated,
Who you
if they
appeal
give me a
to?
3,
Yeah,
I
you appeal
don't
to us.
necessarily.
You're the board's evaluating them.
Yeah, so there's no need for an
Yeah.
appeal.
No
Does it?
appeal.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
okay. And I think that's why it's going to be presented to the library board,
Okay.
and then they can, at the library board, say,
You can suspend the rules and ask them,
or they can sign up as the public and say,
right.
hey, you know what?
Mhm.
Well, and hopefully we'll do that before it gets to the board. I mean, if there's an issue and they don't agree with
Right.
it, that, let's talk about it. I mean, let's not
And
wait.
if they don't sign it, it's not completed, so, I mean, like, that would be a part of that.
Exactly, yeah.
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 Okay. Library board will vote to accept the completed evaluation. Okay. Okay. The completed evaluations shall be kept in the personnel file of the
Of each director.
Yeah.
The individual director.
the individual, listen,
Yeah.
individual director. I'm getting worse as I write.
You're doing
Okay, and the files are kept. Where are the files kept? Do we know where they're kept now?
Who's the secretary of your board?
Beth Key.
Beth.
But the personnel,
But
see, they're
this- yeah,
county
that's different.
employees.
Yeah.
They have to be kept
And
wherever the
probably
county
do.
employees' files are kept.
I believe they're kept in finance now, but I'm not certain.
Okay, so the files are kept where all
County
County
employee
employees'
files
files are
are
kept.
currently housed.
The
With-
files
with
are
their-
kept kept where
I wouldn't put all that wordage
The files are kept where,
with their,
With
Personnel.
county employee personnel
Yeah,
files.
Yeah.
or
And they're going to have to
And
find
yeah,
With
I just,
county-
I would
County
say that.
employee.
Thank
County
you.
employee
With
personnel.
Personnel
county
files.
Yeah, yeah.
and we'll
I would
learn
put
where that
finance.
is so that we can know that.
personnel
Yeah.
And I do think they are in
Files.
finance.
I believe so, yes.
are,
I thought they were in
They
HR.
used to be in HR, but there's no HR.
I know there's no.
So I think
they
finance,
moved it.
finance
Since
has,
they're keeping
they've got
data,
to be somewhere.
That would probably be,
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
they're the data keepers at this point, I guess.
okay.
it's
So-
finance or risk management one.
No, I believe it's risk management, it's not within your function.
But still,
Okay.
I wonder who took it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll look it up.
Okay, so we have the
I have more to add to that.
30 days before,
Just
after
remember-
hire date as direct,
So
okay.
there's more because there's after 6 months for the first year hires.
Oh, you're right, time of evaluation is, because we
And
do
that
a
would be,
6-month
that needs
evaluation.
to say annually or yearly or something on that too, because that doesn't say that either.
Oh, it
Okay.
doesn't, that's right.
New hires will be evaluated 30 days before or after
Your 6
No.
month.
their
mark.
6-month.
The 6 month. After starting, I don't know, after.
Okay, new hires will be
Starting as director.
evaluated.
Is that they'll be considered on a probationary period and reviewed it after 6 months?
Yeah.
That's basically
Yeah.
what it is. So
Yeah.
new
Yeah.
hires will be considered to be on a probationary
Status.
probationary status for the first 6 months.
Followed by an evaluation.
Running out of paper here. Until completed evaluation. Until their 6-month.
I would somehow attach it to that as saying
Okay.
ending in evaluation
New
or,
hires will be considered to be on a probationary period.
Status.
Sorry, thank you. Status for 6 months until,
Initial director evaluation is completed.
I like it, initial director.
Good job. Evaluation.
I like your words.
Evaluation
When I was writing grants and things, I said,
get good at that.
With grants.
I said, you give me, yeah, I can bring in the, I can bring in the BS and somebody else can do the math and we'll be good.
My dad calls that blowing smoke.
All right, and
Big
then
time, yes.
new director
Those right words.
evaluation will take place 30 days before,
Prior.
30 days
With-
prior,
Within 30 days prior or
place within 30 days prior or
after.
30 days
After.
after director hire date.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hire dates. Okay.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
And then, so then existing or just time of evaluation?
All directors.
Seasoned
directors.
directors.
And then- Well, all directors, because even the new hires will be evaluated again at 1 year.
That's right.
So it's all directors will be evaluated 30 days before or after.
Will be evaluated within, oh, okay.
Yearly.
And this is only,
And
I
that's
mean,
yearly.
they're all grandfathered in.
Yearly or
Right.
annually.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yearly or annually, either one of those, but
Director.
it needs to say each year.
Yeah.
Maybe
All
downstairs.
directors
So-
will be evaluated annually.
Yeah.
That's
There
downstairs,
you go.
right?
Annually. Okay. Okay. Okay.
That sounds good.
All right. Time of evaluations. All directors will be evaluated annually within 30 days before or 30 days after director hire date. After
You can put library director in front of all those.
30 days after library director hire date. Okay. New hires will be considered to be on a probationary status for 6 months until the initial director evaluation is completed. New director evaluation will take place within 30 days prior or 30 days after director hire date. Got that?
Yeah.
That was good?
Yeah.
Woohoo! Weights. Director evaluation document will be the sole document used to determine the director's performance. The following communication skills. So we'll put communication tools. Communication tools. Okay. The following communication tools to be used for informational purposes only. Staff survey and self-survey. Yeah? The evaluation, okay, what should we put as this section? So the evaluation will be conducted by the personnel committee. Completed evaluations will be presented by the personnel chair to the library board at the next regularly scheduled meeting. The library board will vote to accept the completed evaluation, and then storage.
So that's board.
Evaluation process?
Yeah, board.
Or,
Or
I'm
personnel.
she was looking
It's
for,
personnel. Yeah, yeah,
Evaluation
yeah.
process.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
she was looking for a heading.
Yeah,
Yeah,
heading.
yeah, and I was thinking that, but I went board
Yeah.
instead of,
And then storage, the completed evaluation shall be kept in the personnel file of the individual director. The files are kept with county personnel, the files are kept with county personnel files. Yeah? Yeah?
Yes.
The files are kept with county personnel files.
oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Should it have the in there? I don't know.
With
That might help that
the
flow.
Yeah.
county personnel files.
County
Okay.
personnel records.
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 Like
Thank
it.
you. Better.
Okay. The completed evaluations shall be kept in the personnel file of the individual director. The files are kept with the county personnel records. Do we like it?
Yeah.
Okay, so, all right, so now we're going to move on to new business. All right, so are we done with the discussion for director evaluation policy? Yes?
Unless you can think of anything else that needs to go there, I think we're okay. Because I can't. But
Okay.
it's late in the day.
Okay, so then we'll move on to, because I know she needs to get out of here. New business to create.
Do we need to vote on that?
No, because that was just
Just
discussion.
discussion.
Okay, so now, new business, create library director evaluation policy. I will
Which we just did.
entertain a motion
Were we just doing that?
to what we discussed to be the library director.
Okay, wait, one more thing.
Yes.
So, did we discuss my, my one thought was where we decided we were gonna send the staff survey.
No, we did not. Well, that's okay.
I mean, we were
we
going
can
through
now
that.
It has,
and
I mean, it has emerged in the process of the discussion. So
To
can we just add
Add
it?
that,
so
okay.
what we can do in the creation, now we're just discussing it, so now we can go on and
Make sure
discuss.
in the creation that we
Yep.
add that piece.
Okay.
So, all right, so I entertain a motion to create the library director evaluation policy out of what we just discussed, and, okay, go ahead. How's that sound?
Motion to approve?
And- okay.
Is that what you're, yeah.
Okay, and
To
then,
approve.
I second that.
and then now, I entertain a motion to open it up for
We need to
discussion.
vote.
Okay.
Oh, yes, okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay,
So what did you just vote on?
to now
The
take what we
process.
discussed at our notes, to now create
The
a
policy.
You
policy,
just voted on creating the policy, was that what you just did?
and then now we're opening it up for discussion.
Or
You
creating.
just,
Well, no, we discussed what needed to be in the policy.
Yes,
And now we're gonna actually,
create the
fine-tune it.
policy.
She was actually making notes of what we were
Yeah.
needing
We're
to add,
discussing.
and we
This is-
started creating
that's
while
the
we were
same
there.
thing.
Yeah.
Come on, it's the same.
So we were creating.
That's the same
I was
thing.
just trying to, okay, okay,
I mean, that's,
so,
I mean, I was looking at that, it was making my head hurt.
It accidentally merged into creating because
Yes.
we were making a list
because
and
we were
it
making
created,
it,
it
so,
moved
I
into
mean, it is
creating.
what it is.
so basically,
okay.
we've done most of the legwork to
Yes.
create it. All we've gotta do is,
Now
now that it's
actually
open
do
for
that.
discussion, is get that last little piece
Yep.
that
Yep,
Debbie wants in there.
And we
okay,
just,
so Debbie wants,
Okay.
where should the staff evaluations
Be,
go?
yeah,
Which
should be, yeah.
somebody's just gonna be in charge of, if we're doing it digitally, somebody just needs to be able
Oh,
to collect
yeah.
that data, right? That's really what that comes down to.
Right. But it's just, it's going to be provided to the staff and the
I'll just put that in
directors.
there, provided
Correct?
to, so staff survey, I'll just put underneath there, is provided to staff.
And the director, because
Well,
they
that'll
will
be
do.
the self-sur-
Okay, yes, yes.
Self-survey
Yeah,
will be,
okay, Okay.
copy of staff survey. Okay, and then provided to staff via,
Online survey instrument
or.
or a manila envelope.
Via
Yeah.
online survey instrument.
I don't like that word, but for lack of a better one,
Yeah.
you know,
And-
opportunity,
Or it could be survey service even, but
service or opportunity, something, whatever you want to pick.
or, you were saying, or.
Printed with manila envelope. Printed
And returned.
with,
Which that could be typed and that could be
Yeah.
used totally, but then where would that go is the question,
Right.
if it's a printed version. Correct? I mean, that is
Yeah,
the
yeah.
question.
Right.
Collect it,
I
and be
encourage-
collected in a manila envelope and given to the chairperson of the personnel committee.
who collects them?
Well, it could be.
Anybody on the committee
personnel.
could go by their respective
yeah,
library.
okay.
and-
By
Just
personnel.
like
And
we
give
did
it
with,
to the chair of the
Right.
personnel committee.
just like we did with the suggestion boxes.
Yes, and we could actually
Yeah.
leave something
I
where
was
they
gonna say,
just,
yeah.
and then we just pick it up
And then we
from,
pick it up, yeah, I agree.
To the chair.
we said anybody on personnel, oh, well, okay. Collected by anybody on the personnel committee, but
Yeah.
given
Yeah.
to chair.
Yeah, yeah.
Ultimately.
Of
Yeah.
personnel. Okay.
I would encourage just to do the surveys, the self-survey, just the same way, worded the same way, because it's not a copy of it, it's actually provided to them
Same.
as well, the same way.
Self-survey
Except it won't
Will-
So
be,
just ditto that.
be the Well, it's their self-survey.
Right, I just wouldn't put copy of, because it
Yeah.
almost sounds
Will
like
be
we're
the-
giving them the staff surveys.
Mhm.
We're literally just giving them their own
Survey.
version to fill out.
Yeah, they're.
Yes,
To fill out
yes. Let's-
and return to the
Complete.
personnel
Committee.
complete personnel committee. And I'm gonna say, oh, we should put this personnel committee, should we put 2 weeks prior to evaluation date for both of them?
Okay, how early are we gonna give it out?
Yeah,
Well, no, it doesn't. I
No, I'm
mean,
saying, so that would make a decision.
Yeah, it does.
That doesn't have to be in writing, but how early are we planning on giving this out? 30 days prior to their, no, because
And give them-
it'd have to be earlier than that.
Well, no, we're gonna set an evaluation date for them. And then what we do is we can send out the staff survey 30 days before their evaluation date and make
Okay.
sure they're returned
And then-
within 2 weeks.
yeah.
Okay.
I-
Sounds
How's that
good.
sound?
Yeah,
That sounds
Okay.
good.
Yeah.
So.
You knew what you were thinking?
We now know what you're thinking, and we're all on the same page.
Okay, so.
Okay.
I actually did bring the computer to do all
I
this
was
on.
gonna say, why
I
are we
guess,
not
I
typing
know.
that?
I know.
But you know how that goes.
Is 30 days before,
Set.
set evaluation date.
Or scheduled, before scheduled evaluation date, however that would word.
Evaluation date. And to be turned no later than 2 weeks before scheduled evaluation. Evaluation date. Okay. Is that all good?
Yep.
Sounds
I'll
good.
do that for the self and the
Right,
staff.
right,
Yes.
right.
Okay?
Sounds good. Yes.
All right. All right, so I'm gonna read through this really quickly, and then I think we'll be able to let you go. Okay, so, okay, just as the library director regularly evaluates the staff, it is the responsibility of the board to regularly evaluate the library director. Informally, the library trustees are constantly evaluating the director by noticing and responding to what they see in the library and what they hear from the public. But the informal consideration doesn't take the place of the formal review of the director's performance. An annual evaluation ensures that the director is aware of the board's expectations, allows for a formal line of communication about how those expectations are being met. It is also time for the board to voice their concerns to the director and shows good management practices to local government officials and community. The director shall be evaluated according to their job description and the previous year's goals. The criteria, and that will be the 1 through 15 points in here. And I took out staff evaluation because now we said that that's not going to be part of it, correct?
Right.
Okay.
But there's still things you mark on this that says staff. But it's not staff from them, it's
That's
them to
fine.
staff.
Yeah.
Gotcha, okay, it's still
That's
there.
fine.
Yep.
Okay,
Okay, time of evaluations. All directors will be evaluated annually within 30 days prior or 30 days after director hire date. Library director hire date. New hires will be considered to be on, hold on, that's on the other side. New hires will be considered to be on a probationary status for 6 months until initial director evaluations is completed. New director evaluations will take place within 30 days prior or 30 days after director hire date. Okay. Communication tools. Sorry, director evaluation weights, sorry. Oh, thank you. Weights. Director evaluation document will be the sole document used to determine the director's performance. Okay. Communication tools. The following communication tools will be used for informational purposes only. Staff survey will be provided to the staff via online survey instrument or printed with manila envelope. The staff survey will be given 30 days before selected evaluation date to be returned no later than 2 weeks before scheduled evaluation date. All surveys will be given to the chair of personnel committee. 2, self-survey will be the staff survey form to complete and return to the personnel committee. The survey will be given 30 days before scheduled evaluation to be returned no later than 2 weeks before scheduled evaluation. Okay? Evaluation. Whoops, go ahead.
I was going to say, after we have this document, how are we going to inform the directors? Are we going to schedule a conference later to go over this? I mean, that's just what I'm used to, is that you have the evaluation at the end. I mean, if we come in on that day, are we going to sit with them at the end of the day and go over this before we've had a chance to digest it and share it with them? And that includes the staff. You know, we're going to have a study session or something to kind of go over staff. You know, how are we going to look at staff survey and this evaluation and then share it with them before we present it to the board?
Okay,
Wouldn't that be a
so
personnel meeting?
that's all the personnel.
Okay,
that's
we just
sitting
have
in
a
the
committee.
evaluation. We
Yeah,
just
we'd
did
have
it.
the committee meeting
Yeah, we have
and
the
do
committee
that
meeting and do
after the evaluation is complete. Okay.
And that
So
gives
we
us
don't
2
need to
weeks-
say
and
that.
gives us 2 weeks to be able to do that,
Yeah.
correct? So
We don't need to say that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So evaluation process. The evaluation will be conducted by the personnel committee. Completed evaluations will be presented to the personnel chair, by the personnel chair to the library board at the next regularly scheduled meeting. The library board will vote to accept the completed evaluation. Storage. The completed evaluation shall be kept in the personnel file of the individual director. The files are kept with the county personnel records. Anything we missed?
Okay, so now the staff survey, we're not sharing that with the directors?
No.
Okay.
Well, yes,
that's-
no,
Yeah,
no. we
it's a
can-
communication tool.
Yes, yes, we can
It's our
share- yes, sorry.
communication
Okay.
tool.
But it would be
But
the
we-
findings, it would
we
be
get
one
to-
by one
we
by
see
one.
it first.
Okay.
Right.
And then share it with them.
Correct.
So,
Okay.
That's why
Does
it
that-
needs to be given to us 2 weeks
back
ahead of
to-
time,
yeah,
so that
okay,
we can
back to
see
the
it.
committee.
And then when we come to, in the committee, we sit with them, we can just bring our own questions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't have to necessarily be, okay, number one, first staff, it's the findings that you would,
Yeah, you just
rated
look at
very
what-
high and all these
Yeah,
things.
that's where I was getting.
You look at what
We
jumps
do-
out at
yes,
you.
Yeah,
Correct.
we're
So
not
just-
saying,
just- so
here,
just
let
to-
me show you what.
So
you
just
what
to
we
be
valued.
clear, that these are returned to the chair. The chair then would send them out to the committee. You guys, we would all take a look at it and bring our questions to the evaluation when we're sitting with the director.
Okay.
That way, there's no extra, this is just a communication
Right.
tool.
Mhm.
There's no extra having to do a meeting.
Right. Okay.
And then we go, hey, just so you know, this is what the staff is saying about you.
But that's the positive as well. So I mean, like, there's a lot of things that are really good that come
Yeah,
out of that
right.
too, so.
Yeah, because, and the way these are worded, that it gives them a chance to be as positive, really more so than.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Tell them what they're doing
I
well.
would suggest you guys to have the directors be a more active part of this process, because there's all this talk over here, you know what I mean? You might want to have some, thoughts about, good ideas, bad ideas, thoughts. I mean, you're the ultimate decision-making authority, of course, but ultimately, they're the ones who are the day-to-day directors of the.
Well, that's where the staff survey comes in.
I know, but I'm saying.
You're
this
saying right
process
now.
right now.
You're saying right now.
It might be, this is just up for your consideration to involve them more in the process.
Okay. Well, we're
I mean,
literally
moving
at the
forward-
end.
I'm saying moving forward, because this
Okay.
isn't going to be voted on. This will be voted on at the next library board meeting. I would encourage you guys between now and then to work with the directors to see if they have any concerns about any of this stuff before you have a final vote on this. It's up to you, though.
Okay.
Totally up to you guys, though.
Well, we could have stopped, I mean, since we've got this much
Yes.
done and we're almost through.
And
We
once
could
we
ask
finish
them
it-
now if we
and-
wanted to.
And plus, when we're finished too, they always get the stuff before the library board meeting.
I know, I'm just saying is to have them, reach out. What do you think about this? Do you have any concerns? Is this workable, et cetera?
Okay. So I can move to suspend Robert's rules
I'm not talking about now, I'm talking about informally between now and the.
Okay,
Do you want to
Meeting.
complete, do you want to
so,
complete this?
well, we need to
like
finish
our
this,
process,
yes,
And
so,
then we can do that,
yeah,
because that way it's voted on.
yeah. Okay, so then I will entertain a motion that this library director and policy that we have created be the one to move on to the library board on November 8th.
We type it up and formalize it, and
Correct, yeah.
I'll
I'll get it typed up.
make that motion.
Okay, Jackie,
Second.
second, Debbie, okay?
Mhm.
And all in
Aye.
favor?
I just helping you.
I literally just wrote a whole policy right there, so I'm like, oh, I'm thinking all the stuff I gotta type up. Okay, all right, so I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
Okay, Jackie?
That's usually Debbie's
Second?
thing. I'm like, I
Second?
stole your thunder.
Okay, who wants a second?
I thought she was.
Oh, you-
Are you,
okay,
you want
I
it?
got the motion, am I second? Okay, second.
Okay, all right,
Motion, I
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.